welcome. I'm Yashika Foster, the artist of dating. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. As a dating coach, I empower women entrepreneurs and business professionals to be confident in dating. So when they go out here to look for their life partners, someone to marry, their future husbands, or whoever, they will be able to have the confidence to ask for what they want, what they need, and what they desire, what they deserve, and know within themselves who they are and therefore what they need in order to help balance themselves out. And today we are talking about confidence versus insecurity. Now, I did a video a couple of weeks ago about dating with confidence, and I'm going to insert that here. Take a look at that video, but today we are talking about the difference between confidence and insecurity, because a lot of times people confuse the two. So I'm going to list 5 areas in which to identify what's confidence versus not confidence or insecurities, right? So number 1, confident people are very open-minded to change, to flaws, or who they are inside. So in other words, they're okay with telling you about their flaws, right? So if their flaws is something like, I don't like the way that my knees knock when I walk. That's one of my flaws, right? Whereas a person who is insecure will not talk about that. They will totally try to define themselves by their flaws and just say, well, you know what? I'm not that great because I have knees that knock. See the difference? The confidence person will talk about it, whereas that the person who is insecure, they won't talk about it, nor would they allow it to be something that they just deal with. They will actually use it as a way to diminish themselves because of their insecurities, right? So we definitely want to see the difference between the two. That was number 1. Number 2, confident people are very open to learning. They're open to failing. They're okay with failing. They're not afraid to fail, right? So they know that in order to grow or get to the next level, that they're going to have to learn some things and expand. And if they fail, then they can get up and try it again. Whereas that insecure people won't do that. They'll just fake it till they make it and put on this false mask about who they are because they don't want to take the time to learn the thing because they're afraid that they may fail. So that's the difference between someone that is confident versus someone who has insecurities. The other one is a risk taker. A confident person is very much a risk taker. And it goes back to the one I said before. They are not afraid to take a gamble on something and they go into it knowing that there's a possibility that they are going to fail, but they're okay with that because they want to take a risk. Whereas that a person who is insecure will stunt their own growth. They're so conditioned to only be able to think one way, to when it comes to something more different than what they're used to, they're afraid to take that opportunity to say, well, let me learn this, and if I fail, it's okay. I can continue on. They just won't do it at all. They'll just stay where they are and continue down the path that they're continuing on without anything to help boost themselves up or make them, better than what they are, right? So that was number 4. Number 5, a confident person will build other people up. They're not afraid to give compliments. They're not afraid to acknowledge the success in someone else, right? They're not afraid to do those things because they understand that just because that person is great at something, or just because that person looks good on this, wearing this, or looks good as a person, it doesn't take away who I am and what I bring to the table, because I am confident in who I am and what I do, right? Whereas that an insecure person will diminish that person's accomplishment. They will use it as a way to say, well, you know what, it wasn't that great because I know someone else that did it better, for example. Those are the things that they'll say. They will, an insecure person will break down another person as opposed to, giving them praises or whatever. And so how does all this relate to dating? Because that's what we're all here for, understanding how that we can be better at dating. So a person who is confident understands that being vulnerable and telling someone exactly how they feel and what they want, they're okay with being rejected. And should I say, they're not to the point where they look for rejection. No, it's just that they know that no matter what they do, that there's a possibility that their feelings might be shut down, or that they might be rejected. But they believe the benefit outweighs the risk. So they know that being vulnerable with someone and telling them how they feel exactly won't allow that person to have any second thoughts. So for a person that's confident, they're saying, hey, I like you, I want to date you, I want to be with you. regardless of if they risk that person saying, well, I don't feel the same way about you. They're okay with that, right? They understand that there is risk involved and they are willing to accept the risk. Whereas that a person who is insecure lacks self-love. So if they lack self-love, they can't love anyone else, which means that they can in turn trust the person. And you know, trusting is the foundation of any relationship. You got to have trust. So when you're out here dating and you're thinking about these things, make sure you understand that you're confident and that you don't come with any type of insecurities. Because even if you're confident and you say, hey, you know, I'm confident, I want to date, I'm open to dating, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know what I deserve. And then you go out here and you get this person. And then once you're in the relationship, you don't want any insecurities come through. Because the insecurities will tell you, well, when they're not around me, they're probably with somebody else. They said they were at work, but who knows, they may have been stayed up in a hotel. Those are your insecurities, right? And so when we are insecure about certain things, we have to learn to love that part about us, regardless of what it is. Regardless of what it is. Because when you have self-love, it is then at that moment that you can display love to someone else, right? Because that's important. With love comes trust. With trust comes marriage. With marriage comes babies with, you know, babies with a baby carriage, right? The whole little rhyme, right? So you want to make sure that you have the confidence that you need when you're dating, and that you have rid yourself of any type of insecurities that will later on cause some type of hindrance in the relationship. Okay? Be clear about that. Because you don't want to be out here being showing confident, but yet you're insecure. Or the flip side, you don't want to be out here lacking confidence, but then when you get into the relationship, you know, you're like, okay, I'm secure, or this and that and the third, but because you didn't date right, meaning that you picked someone who was not really right for you, then you go into the relationship with your blinders on about what he or she is doing. So you want to make sure that you have your confidence in check, and you want to make sure that you have your insecurities in check, right? As a dating coach, that is my overall goal. To help everyone just form healthy relationships that they can grow old in, relationships that they can watch their kids come and play in the yard, right? And sit in their rocking chairs when they're old with their partner. That's my goal. I appreciate you guys joining me today. My name is Yashika Foster. I am the artist of dating. And if you would like to be on my email list, you can just send me an email at Coach Yashika or Coach Shika at onemore-step.com. And it will be at the end of this video. And also put a comment below in this description box, or put a comment below in the comment box and let me know what you think about this video. And if you want me to do any other videos or give my opinion about something, then yeah, just hit me up. And if you don't want to put it in here, go ahead and send me an email and I will reply. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.